A single mother of 9 was picked up and arrested just in time for her Halloween birthday. Sherrell Proctor turned 35 years old on Halloween 2023. She was arrested just days before in connection with the 2022 passing of her 4-month-old baby girl. The investigation went on for over a year before an arrest warrant was issued for the St. Augustine, Florida woman who left her house at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning in the fall of 2022 while all of her 9 children were sleeping. One of her minor children found the 4-month-old baby in the living room on the couch, unresponsive and cold. The child ran to get their big sister, who frantically called 911 and drove the baby to a fire department, where the baby was then transported to the hospital. Sadly, the baby girl did not survive, and after a year-long investigation, prosecutors are now looking to hold the mother accountable. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. If you're watching from St. Augustine, Florida, drop St. Augustine below in the comments.
Tonight at 11, a year-long investigation into the death of a St. Augustine baby has led to the arrest of a woman presumed to be the baby's mother. 34-year-old Sherrell Proctor was booked into the St. Johns County Jail this morning on 1 count of negligent manslaughter.
The child who died was a 4-month-old girl who, according to investigators, did not receive medical help until it was too late. News4JAX reporter Eric Avenay joining us live to explain. Eric, what happened?
I can tell you what happened. The combination of an autopsy report, statements by the suspect, and the child's living condition are all what led to criminal charges. The criminal case against 34-year-old Sherrell Proctor began in September of last year when 911 dispatch received a frantic call from a woman who said she was transporting a cold and unresponsive baby girl to Fire Station 14. Paramedics then took the baby to Flagler Hospital, where an emergency room doctor pronounced the child deceased. The investigation into the child's death revealed she was living in deplorable conditions inside a 3-bedroom home with 2 adults and 7 children. According to this arrest warrant affidavit, one of the 7 children found the baby unresponsive on a couch after 34-year-old Sherrell Proctor left the home. Proctor is believed to be the child's mother. She reportedly told detectives the baby had a really bad respiratory illness several days prior to the baby's death. According to investigators, Proctor said she intended to take the baby to Flagler Hospital, but chose not to because there was a 2-hour wait. She also reportedly told investigators she did not call St. Johns County Fire and Rescue because she did not know they could take the child to the hospital. Further investigation into the child's death revealed the baby had only been seen twice by a physician between July and September, with 4 canceled or no-show appointments. Then the autopsy report revealed the child was dehydrated and had low body weight for the child's age. The child had rhinovirus with chronic pulmonary inflammation and was sleeping in unsafe conditions. Based on those factors and statements by Proctor, a warrant was issued for her arrest.
Parents should expect to see their pediatrician a lot more often.
Dr. Jessica Obabatunde is a Wolfson Children's Hospital physician. She says multiple visits to a pediatrician's office are expected between the time a child is born and the time the child turns 1.
And all of that is just to make sure that baby's developing appropriately, that baby's doing well. You know, most babies, thankfully, are healthy. That's why I love pediatrics. But if there is something, we want to catch it early and provide the necessary care in good time.
Dr. Obabatunde advises parents to immediately take their newborn to the emergency room if the child has a fever.
Don't give Tylenol, don't give anything to bring the fever down. We consider that an emergency.
A baby that is not eating or has not had a wet diaper in more than 12 hours is a concern that warrants a trip to the ER. What about breathing issues?
Yes, that's especially in cold and flu season that we're in now. If baby's looking like they're having a hard time breathing or is having such a hard time that they are not able to feed any of those things, I would say go ahead and go straight to the ER.
Authorities say Proctor did none of these things, and they believe it led to the baby's death.
You know, what bothers me the most about this case is how this woman was extremely negligent and nothing was ever really done to hold her accountable. This is a woman that once rode around without her kids in a car seat. She was also reported by her children's elementary school several times and was even arrested on 2 different occasions for failing to take her kids to school. In one school year, 2 of her kids had 41 unexcused absences. In this case, she didn't bother to take her 4-month-old baby to the doctor. The newborn had only been to the doctor 2 times in 4 months. In that amount of time, the baby girl was supposed to see the doctor at least 4 times. So she couldn't take her baby to the doctor, she couldn't take her kids to school, but you know what she never missed? Sherrell never missed her appointments for assistance, and she also never missed her court dates for child support. I can exclusively tell you here that Sherrell placed at least 4 different men on child support. She was a teenage mom, 9 kids, had the first one when she was only 15 years old. Her oldest is about 19 years old. And while Sherrell was still in high school in the early 2000s, she had already signed up for child support. I tell you one thing, I do not feel sorry for this woman at all. You know who I feel sorry for? I feel sorry for that 4-month-old baby girl that wasn't taken care of properly. She left the baby alone on the couch. She could have easily rolled over and fell on the floor. Anything could have happened, but Sherrell didn't care. She just left without anybody looking out for the baby. I feel sorry for the child that found the baby there on the couch. I feel bad for the oldest daughter that had to step in and be a mother to that baby and try to save the baby. Something I'm sure she's been dealing with for years while her toxic mama just kept on getting pregnant and bringing home new babies for her and the other older siblings to babysit and watch after, while Sherrell was out there making more babies and fighting in the streets with women and men, including her baby daddies. I feel sorry for those kids living in deplorable conditions. It's a shame. Sherrell, she's been getting help from the government and child support from at least 4 different men dating back to 2004. Yeah, I feel for her children. I feel nothing for Sherrell. And maybe now they'll lock this disgusting woman up for good. It's just crazy how they allowed her to get away with neglecting her children for so many years. Also, she should have been locked up for her previous cases, but they continuously gave her a pass, using her kids as an excuse, and she wasn't even properly taking care of them. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Do you think Sherrell will be held accountable for the passing of her 4-month-old baby? Let me know what you think about this. Special thank you to Mr. Brown. I appreciate you, Mr. Brown, for your support, as well as Roxana, Larry, Dwight, and Bruce. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.